Okay, kids, welcome back. Thank you very much for the kids that have been doing their schoolwork. Kudos to you. You've been doing a great job. What I'm going to do is go over what the pages look like so that you know so that you were looking at the same thing, because I've been getting some questions about what page are we on. I don't have the book. Okay, first of all, I downloaded the book for you as a PDF document. It should be, if you go to your assignments and you click on resources, one of the resources for your assignments is the actual book. So if you click on the resource, you'll see a PDF. It's called Eureka Module 6. That's your book, kids, the same book we've been using in class. I'll show you a picture of what it should look like. Okay, this is what your online textbook looks like. This is Exercise 1, Lesson 7.6. I actually did not assign this because it is the same as we did for the flat line rule. I'll go over this problem now just so that we're on the same page. Then we're going to scroll down. This problem here we solved in class. The measure of two supplementary angles are a ratio of 2 to 3. Found the measure of the angles. We solved that out in class. So that's worksheet 1 video. I'm sorry, that's homework. That's homework lesson 1, or classwork lesson 1. This is my third video that I recorded. That's this problem here. And what we're about to do right now is exercise 2, this problem here. In a pair of complementary angles, the measurement of the larger angle is 3 times that of the smaller angle. Find the measurements of the two angles. So we're going to do this problem right now. You guys did this for homework, so we're going to go over it. Then I'm going to assign another problem. Okay? Again, this is Eureka Module 6, Lesson 1, Section 7.6, page S3. Okay? Exercise 1. Just a review. I didn't ask you guys to do this. Just a review. The question is, what is the measurement of angle X? Angle X is how many degrees? Here's the figure that we're given to determine X. And we know this is very simple because we're going to use what rule? We're going to use the flat line method to figure this out. We know this whole line is 180 degrees. And it's also 180 degrees on the other side, which is the side that we're looking at. Okay? So we're not worried about this. We're just worried about the side they're asking us about. So we recognize this is a 90 degrees right here. This means 90. This means 90 degrees. So basically, you can think of it this way. From here to here is 90 degrees. From here to here, we don't know what this is. And from here to here is 22 degrees. From here to here is 22 degrees. So one way you could look at this is we know the whole thing from here to here is 180. We know this part is 90. And we know this part is 22. So what could we do? We could take 90 plus 22 to give us 102. I'm sorry, 112 rather. Excuse me. Okay? So that means this plus this is 112 degrees. We know we want the whole thing. So the question is, how much is this part? Well, if the whole thing is 180, then 112 minus 180 gives us 88 degrees. So this part here has to be 88. Does it make sense? Let's try it. So, I'm sorry. My fault. Subtraction, sorry about that. So 10 minus 2 is 8. 7 minus 1 is 6. Okay? So this is 68. So this is 68 degrees. Okay? I don't mind fixing things because it keeps you on your toes. So, does it work? That means 68. Let's do it over here. That means 68 degrees plus 22 degrees, 22 degrees, plus 90 degrees, plus 90 degrees should add up to what? Yes, it should add up to 180. So carry the 1, and this is 180 degrees. So that means x has to be 68 degrees. Got that, kids? Good. Okay, the next problem says you have a pair of complementary angles. One of the angles is 3 times bigger than the other angle. So complementary tells us angle A plus angle B equals 90 degrees. They're telling us angle A is 3 times, we don't know the measurement of angle A, so we're going to call it x. But they're telling us it's 3 times bigger than the other angle that we don't know, so we call it x. Okay? Most of you are up to speed on this. What do? For x equals 90. Okay? We need to detach the 4 from the x. We know x is attached to 4 by way of 4 times x. Gives us 4x, right? That's why that's 4x, because it's 4 times x. So we said we use the opposite to detach it. So the opposite is dividing by 4. What you do on one side, you do on the other side. These cancel out. You're left with x here. And you're left with 90 over 4. Okay? 90 over 4 is the same thing as 4 divided by 90. Okay? That's 2, 8, 1, 0. That's 2 again. 8, 2. Point. So x is equal to 22 and a half. Now, what do? We take this x and we put it back in here and we multiply 22 and a half times 3. This is 22 and a half, right? So we multiply 22 and a half times 3 to get A. And by itself, this is just going to be 22 and a half, because there's nothing to multiply. X is 22 and a half. Okay? So 22 and a half times 3. 1 decimal point moves over. So it's 67 and a half. So angle A and angle B. So angle B, we'll call it 22 and a half. And angle A is 67 and a half. Got it? All right, let's do your homework for the weekend. Okay, so scrolling down, that's the problem we just solved. This is going to be our classwork for today. turn it in, and then number 4 is going to be our homework. So let's look at the classwork. The measurement of a supplement of an angle is 6 degrees more than twice the measure of the angle. Find both angles. Okay. How does that look? Okay, step 1, we're looking at a supplementary angle. So we know that angle A plus angle B has to equal 180 because that's what supplementary means. Okay, here's where the problem gets a little bit tricky. They tell us that 6 degrees more. Notice I put an addition sign. So 6 degrees more means 6 degrees plus twice the angle. We don't know the angle. We called it x. But we know that twice the angle gives us one angle. So 6 degrees more than twice the angle gives us one angle. The other angle, we don't know it, so we just call it x. So what do we do here? Well, we combine like terms first. 2x plus x is 3x. We still have 6 degrees over here. So 6 degrees plus 3x now equals 180.